morning, children. Today we are going to start with another important grammar lesson, and this will tell you about the basic of the English grammar, and this is very much important in order to use the verb appropriately. So, when I am talking about the use of the verb in appropriate terms, that means what we are going to talk about? We are going to talk about the tenses. My dear children, this tenses actually is related to the verb, which is one of the part of the speech, and it actually talks about the time when a particular event occurs. Therefore, so this is the timeline. This is the timeline painted here, and here you will see. So, first there is a past tense which is already over. I am talking from here, this is a present tense, and I am talking of future, this is future tense. That means there are three tenses, one past tense, the present tense, and next future tense. So, we will be talking about the tenses, the definition, their kind, and also their uses, so that you can make the proper use of the verb in the tenses. You can do the editing work, you can do the editing work also very correctly. Therefore, so when I am talking about the present action, a thing that goes on as usual, it happens as a matter of habit, then we use the present simple tense. My dear children, first we will be talking about the present simple tense. Present simple tense is a particular tense which actually is unaffected by the action of the passing of the time. Passing of the time does not have any impact on it. Have you got it? Therefore, so we will see for the present tense. So, for tense what is needed is, so you need to know these three forms of the verb, verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. Verb 1 is the present tense, verb 2 is the past tense, and verb 3 is PPT or past participle form of the verb. So, these are very much needed in order either to do the active and passive, or to change the verb from active from the present tense to the past tense, or vice versa. Therefore, so when I am talking about the present tense, that means I am talking about the verb in the first form. Is it clear? So, I am talking about the verb in the first form. Therefore, suppose the verb is WRIT, right? Then he writes a poem. WRITES writes a poem. My dear children, which one is the correct here? You see, he writes a poem. This one, full stop. This writes, S comes, original verb or the verb in the present form is write. So, when there is a change in the subject or the person is the pronoun he or I or you, then you will see that some changes are there in the verb 2. Second one, you see, I writes. Which one is correct? Certainly this one. The first one is correct, second one is wrong. Therefore, you need to be very much cautious, and what are the relevant rule in it, that I am going to talk. So, let us see what are the rules here. So, let us continue. My dear children, I will be talking about the conjugation. Earlier, have you heard about the conjugation? The term conjugation have you heard of? CONJUGATION. This is very important in order to learn, in order to remember. This technique is a very good technique, and therefore you need to understand it. So, we will be doing the conjugation of a particular verb in the present simple tense. In the present simple tense, first we will be going for present tense. Then now we will see how the verb changes with the change of the subject. So, subject will be no other than the pronouns. Let us see the table here. First, I will be writing the verb. So, verb we wrote. What is the verb? Write is the verb. We will have to write in the present form or the first form. This is the verb 1 or verb in the first form. This all right. Okay. What tense we are going to write? We are going to write in the present tense. We are going to write in the present tense. So, what will be the sentence structure? What will be the sentence structure? The sentence will be assertive. Assertive will be the sentence. Now, assertive sentence means what? A sentence where the ending is full stop. Therefore, we will see now. So, I am going to make the table. You will also make the table. I have made 2 parts here. Again another part. Again another part. Here I am writing singular and here I am writing plural. That means this singular and plural will be the number. I am writing here the person. I am writing here the person, P-E-R-S-O-N, person. Then you will see what are the changes that you can see here. So, person, my dear children, how many persons are there? There are 3 persons. First person, I and we. Second person, you. Third person, he, she, it, they. Therefore, first person, second person and third person. So, we assume a particular object in order to complete a sentence. What is needed is an object. Therefore, object we have assumed it is a poem. It is a poem. Therefore, we will be writing the first sentence. First sentence in the singular we will be using the first person. First person is I. Let us come to the first person. This is a plural. It will be we. Second person, let us write you. Second person plural will be you. Third person singular will be he, she, it. Third person plural will be they. Here you see, now we are going to make the sentence in this particular format. These are the resources or the materials that are there in front of us, and we will be using this to fill up this blank to make the proper sentence. Then we will have the idea of how to use the sentence. Before that, now let us see what is the form of the form or the structure of the sentence in the present tense. There will be subject first, followed by the main verb, then there will be object, and then there will be the full stop. So, this is the format, this is the form. So, here you see we are going to make the first one I. So, you see the first form of the main verb here, the tense is, what is the tense? Present tense. Present tense means what, my dear children? This is a V1, as you have seen in the table of either the weak verb or the strong verb or irregular verb or regular verb, what it is. So, we will go to the first form of the verb. Go, when, gone means you will have to go to the first form. Do, did, done, you will have to go to the first form do. Make, made, made, you will have to go to the first form. that is make. Therefore, here you see we are making the sentence, the structure of the sentence will be in this form. Subject here, subject we have written, subject is the person here, first person. After that what will come? That will be the main verb we have written here, the verb will be write, the verb we have assumed, that is will be write, I write. The object we have already supposed, this is the object, this will be common, I write a poem, I write a poem. After that what will come? After that full stop will come, all right. Then the plural form I, the plural form will be we, other part will remain the same, we write a poem, full stop. Then you see you write a poem, full stop. You write a poem. In the plural also there will be no change, it is all the same. So, you will have to notice this one is very important, and therefore, I have given the star mark or the asterisk, and you will have to notice it. So, I am writing here he, she or it, this is the subject or the doer, subject or the doer, it is here the pronoun. Therefore, you are writing, the verb is W-R-I-T, write, but it will be sometime it will be taking S, sometime it will be taking ES, and after that the object will be remain the same, a poem. Then you see that the next one, they write a poem, they write a poem. So, this is the basic, my dear children. So, you will be doing what? So, this is your homework. So, what you will be doing? You will be changing the verb here. So, the verb you will be writing make, and with the use of the verb in the similar manner, what you will do? You will be writing number, you will be writing number here, you will be writing singular, you will be writing plural here, and you will be writing with the using or by using this verb make, you will be changing the form of the verb as the person or the number changes. So, this is the conjugation, my dear children, and when you learn this basic format or of the conjugation, then your concept of the English grammar will be 100% correct. There will be no mistake at all. Therefore, before proceeding further, it is better that we tell something about this one once again, so that you can remember better. And when there is editing work in your CBSE class 9 or 10 exam, so this is the part very frequently asked. So, in the editing tasks, you will see that this mistake is there. So, then you will have to do find out the concord or the agreement between the subject and the verb. My dear children, you see here the sentence is he writes a poem, he writes a poem. Here the write is the verb or main verb, the subject is he is the subject, and this subject and verb there is concord or agreement, means there is no disagreement, means it is correct. Therefore, what is the formula behind it? The simple formula behind it is that when the verb will be in the tense of the verb will be present, and the subject will be third person singular number. This is third person, he, third person, he, third person, he. All these three are third person and singular number singular. When it will be third person and singular number, then the verb will be either taking s or es after it. Would you remember, my dear children? So, this is quite important, and you have to remember it forever, and for that you will have to do a lot of practice in this regard. So, now my dear children, we will be going for the another form here, let us see. So, now we go for the past tense. Will you go for the tense? Now here we are changing this tense. Now the tense here will be past tense, other data will remain the same. Now we are changing it into the past. Now only change that will be there is the verb form. The verb form will be in the second form. If it is go, then went will come. If it is make, made will come. If it is a do, then did will come. All these changes you will have to notice, and you will have to go for the table of the verb, weak or strong, and accordingly you will have to do prepare, and you can do well. Therefore, let us see. Now we are using the past form. Now in the past form, what will be the changes? The change will be this right. The verb form will be now from right. The verb will be second form will be WROTE, wrote. Other thing will be same. So the form will be now subject, main, verb in form 2, verb 2 and object. Therefore, the form here will be my dear children, I, this is a singular, this is singular, this is a plural. The first person in the past will be I wrote a poem. Plural, we wrote a poem. Over. Second person singular, you wrote a poem. Second person plural, you wrote a poem. Third person, he or she or it then wrote a poem. Then plural will be they wrote a poem. This is a quite easy, my dear children. So here you will see, in order to form this sort of sentence in the assertive form, what we need to do, subject you are to put, subject here is the first person, subject here is the first person plural, subject here is the first person singular. After that verb second form will come, and then the object already is supposed, and therefore after that full stop will be there. So in this way we can conjugate this particular verb in the past simple. Therefore, past simple, let us learn the formula. Past simple is used in order to indicate the action that happened in the past. Therefore, there are some adverbial indicating the past time, like yesterday, day before, the other day. So all this, when all this come in your sentence, then you will have to be very much sure that you will have to use the past form, the past simple form of the tense. When you are going for the editing, then also you will have to see if there is any adverbial like yesterday, day before, once upon a time, or previous day, last night. When all this comes, then you will have to use no other tense, only the past simple, my dear children. I suppose you understood it. Now we will go for the next form. So I will be writing it here itself, so that we can understand what are the basic changes when you are going to make the present, make the past, or make the future of a particular verb. So now we go for the future form. So the tense here will be future tense. Tense here will be future tense. So form of the verb here will be, you write this one. This formula you will have to remember, so that there is no confusion First one you are writing to the subject, in the assertive form you are writing the subject, and then what will be there? The sign of future, it is shall or will be there, and then main verb will be there in verb 1 form, and then there will be object. So, this is the form, my dear children. So, the verb will be, the verb here will be write, means the first form, and accordingly we will be making changes here too. Let us see the changes here now. So, this is a number, this is a singular, this is a singular, and this is a plural. Now, we are going to make the future simple. So, in order to make the future simple, so as you have seen or noticed in this chart, in this table you will see first we will be making use of the subject, which will be the first person, and then I will be writing I will be taking shall or will, I will be taking I will. Earlier, my dear children, in place of will, shall was used. Now, it is quite normal that I can take will, okay, in normal form. I will, then you see the verb form, verb in the first form, verb in the main verb in first form, a poem. Therefore, the sentence is I will write a poem, full stop. Then similarly, plural form, we will write a poem, will write a poem. Second one you see, second person singular, you will write a poem. Second person plural, you will write a poem. Write a poem. Third person will be he, she or it will write a poem. Write a poem. Then the third one will be, third one plural will be they will write a poem. So, in Hindi you see, so when you are telling this particular sentence, I will write a poem, मतलब हम एक कविता लिखेंगे, हम एक कविता रचना करेंगे. तो ये हुआ कि फ्यूचर में एक एक्टिविटी होगा. In the future time, a particular activity will occur or happen, and for that future indefinite tense is used, future indefinite or future simple tense, future tense is used. Therefore, I suppose you understood it better, and you will be writing to the table of all this, and we can go a long way. Now, my dear children, what we can do, say for example, we are taking the help of a transitive verb. Transitive verb, the other day we were talking about transitive verb and intransitive verb. If the verb is having the object, it is called transitive verb. If it is not having the object, then it is called the intransitive verb. For intransitive verb, we cannot change it into passive form. Therefore, when we are making this table in a beautiful, innovative manner, what we can do, we can change this in this manner also, my dear children. You see, very interesting one. So, all this part we can write active voice. Active voice, we can use this is as the active voice. So, suppose we are talking about the present tense. In the active voice, this is the present tense. Okay. Now, we will be using this, the passive voice. Okay. Passive voice. Passive voice. Again, there will be the number, N-U-M-B-E-R, number. Again, there will be singular and plural, singular and plural. So, let us see, we used the formula earlier. We have learned the formula how to change the passive. Okay, how to change into the passive from the active. So, this is the object here, this is the subject here, this is the main verb here. So, the object here will be made the subject, a poem, a poem. Then you see write. Write is what is the verb here? The verb is in the present tense. Therefore, either it may be is or are. Two options are there, is or are. A poem is there, it is singular, and therefore it will be taking is. A poem is, and after that this write word you will have to write in the third form, that is in the PPT, past participle form. Therefore, write, wrote, written. Third form is a poem is written. After that you will have to put the word by, and then you will have to write the objective form of I, that will be me. Similar manner, a poem is written by us. Second one, a poem is written by you, full stop. A poem, same, a poem is written by you, full stop. Third one, third person singular number, a poem is written by him, by her, or by it. Similarly, the last one after full stop, a poem is written by them, full stop. My dear children, I suppose you have understood it well. So, it is so interesting that after knowing the tenses, after knowing this conjugation formula, after knowing this table, you can very easily, with a beautiful understanding, you can change it from the active, okay, from the active to passive. So, what you will do, you will be practicing a lot, okay, and the past and the future form, of the tense by using this what write or any other verb that you like, whether it is a make or do or build, whatever it is, you can write in this tabular form, and it will show your better conception. And in the next video, part 2, we will be discussing about the parts of present tense, future tense, and the present tense, future tense, and the past tense. So, we will be talking about this, all this form. Therefore, till then, bye bye, have a good day.